The Farmer and the Plow. It was an early morning, just before the sun had fully crept over the horizon. A farmer, worn and weathered from years of hard labor, stood in his field, gripping the handles of his plow, his hands calloused and cracked, clenched tighter with each failed attempt to make the plow dig into the stubborn earth. The soil was dry, the sun already beginning to heat up, and his patience, worn thin over the seasons, snapped. "Curse you!" he shouted, his voice rising with frustration. "You've betrayed me time and time again. Every season, the same battle. Why can't you just work?" The plow, old and battered, groaned under the strain, its sharp edges dulled by years of use. It had served him well once, but now it seemed to mock him. Each time he tried to push it forward, it caught and dragged, refusing to carve through the land like it used to. The farmer's breath was ragged now, his temper flaring. He pulled the plow from the earth and slammed it down with a violent force. The ground trembled beneath him, and for a brief moment, everything went still. He stood there, chest heaving, sweat dripping down his brow. The weight of his anger hung heavy in the air, thick and palpable. His grip tightened around the plow again, this time his words coming through gritted teeth. "I should never have trusted you. You're nothing but a useless piece of metal." And then, with a final wrench, the plow snapped. The handle cracked, and the sharp metal blades twisted out of shape, a mangled ruin of what it once was. The farmer stumbled back, staring at the wreckage, his mind unable to comprehend the destruction he had just caused. A deep silence settled over the field. The sun now fully risen, casting its light over the broken plow and the soil it had once tilled. The farmer stood motionless, the weight of his actions settling into his bones. The realization began to creep in, like the slow creeping of shadows as the day stretched longer. He had cursed the very tool that had helped him survive. In his rage, he had destroyed his own means of livelihood. And now, with the plow shattered, he stood in the very field that would remain untended without it. Hours passed, and the farmer didn't move. He didn't speak. The sun began to sink lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the barren land. With every passing moment, the reality of his decision grew heavier. The farmer finally fell to his knees, exhaustion and regret weighing him down. The broken plow lay in front of him, an unspoken reminder of his own stubbornness. He had cursed it in anger, but in truth, it had only been a reflection of his own frustration. It was never the plow's fault. As the evening air cooled, the farmer reached out with trembling hands to touch the twisted remains of his plow. The dirt clung to his fingers as he whispered, his voice barely audible, "I'm sorry." And there, amidst the silence of the field, he realized, sometimes the hardest battles aren't fought against the earth or the tools we use, they're fought against ourselves. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help our channel grow.